By the raise of hands, who has never been on a submarine before? Quite a few of you. That's what I expected. This is quite a awesome car. It's pretty unique. It's a good alternative for people who don't have their scuba certificate. A lot cheaper than going scuba diving. And a lot of people can't go scuba diving, so this is the perfect alternative for them. I know I work here, I'm supposed to say this, but this is legitimately one of the coolest tours you're going to find on Maui. Every tour is completely different. I love to narrate these tours. It's so much fun. So what's going to happen under the water is we're going to go up to a quarter-mile. We're going to see 2 natural reefs, 1 artificial reef, and then we're going to go up to 130 feet. So you guys what it looks like that deep in the ocean. Very, very cool. If you guys are excited. So we're going to see a lot of stuff under the water. You might see some stuff above the water. The most common thing we're going to see above the water are flying fish. These guys will get scared by the boat engine. They're going to pop out of the water. They'll fly about 10 feet. They're pretty fun to watch. We also get spear dolphins. Those are pretty rare. But spear dolphins travel in huge pods, about 80 to a pod. What they do is they jump out of the water, do a little twirl, go back in the water. It's pretty fun to watch. Whaling season is still pretty early, but there have been sightings of whales out here, so keep an eye out for whales. Some other things, we might see sea turtle. It's pretty rare to see them out this far. They're hanging out by the shore, but they do come out this far once in a blue moon. Some other things you might see are all these islands around us. This is a good spot. You can see all 4 islands like they go Maui County. So of course you have the big island, you have Maui, you guys all know Maui. You have Molokai, that's the one directly behind us over here. This big island over here on this side is the island of Lanai, and directly in front of us is the island of Kaho'olawe. Now we're talking about each of these islands. We may not get to each one of them. The first one I talk about is Maui. I want to talk about Lahaina though, because Lahaina is one of my favorite cities on Maui. Super cultured, super beautiful. Lahaina used to be the capital of Hawaii, also used to be the capital whaling city of the world back in the 1800s. Lahaina translates to cruel sun. I can't tell any of you that though, just spending 5 minutes in Lahaina, you already know it has a very cruel sun. Now because of that cruel sun, we get very little rain. You can see how dry Lahaina is right now. We get less than 15 inches of rain per year. Lahaina could be considered a desert if it wasn't a tropical city. Now however, keep your eyes from Lahaina to the tip top of those Submarine mountains. You may notice that it gets greener and greener until you get to the top. It's just a lush jungle. So the reason why it's super great up there is those are some very steep mountains, folks. If you're at the top of those mountains, you'll be about 5,800 feet above sea level. That's higher than the elevation of Denver, Colorado, a mountain city. Denver, Colorado is only 5,100 feet above sea level. You can see around those mountains right now there are rain clouds. Practically raining up there all the time, all day, all night. It gets more than 500 inches of rain per year just on top of those mountains. That's probably my favorite thing about Lahaina. You can see it today. If you look over here at all these dry fields, in the middle of the dry fields is a little mountain. At the top of the mountain is a big L. See that big L? That big L does not stand for Lahaina. That big L stands for Lahaina, which is the border school we have here in Hawaii, or in Lahaina. And it's actually the oldest operating border school on this side of Mississippi. It's built in 1832. The reason why I bring up this is what they used to do with that big L is they would line it with dry wood and then set it on fire. The reason they would do this is to tell the kids that lived on these various islands that it was time to go to school. So these kids see this big L on fire. They knew the next day they'd have to board their sea canoes, sail across the sea just to go to school. They did the exact same thing to tell the parents. The next day their kids would be sailing back from school when the school year was over. Now that I mentioned these dry fields, the reason why there's nothing growing in these fields as of right now is because they're closed down about 30 years ago. You can see all the old irrigation canals. But what they used to grow in these fields was sugar cane. So what they used to do is they would grow the sugar cane in these fields, put it into big stacks. They take it over to the sugar mill, which is over on this side. You can see that big smokestack in the distance, on the left side of that big resort on the beach there. They take it to that big cement tower, then have it processed into sugar. But then take that and ship it to San Francisco, where it would be processed into sugar and then sold all over the states. Now shipping costs became very expensive to Hawaii, so the sugar in Hawaii was making enough money. So the last one that closed down was in 2016. This one here closed down about 30 years ago. So you might have noticed it as we were exiting the harbor, and you still see it. If you look at the entrance of the harbor, you can see a big white crane. Now the reason why that big white crane is there is it's for like a up that had very terminal and very contagious diseases onto a boat. They take them to the north side of the island, part of the island we can't see, and then they go about 20 feet from the shore and kick the people off the boat. They then have to swim to the shore where they would find beds, food, water. The Catholic Church took care of these people, but there was no hospital on the island, so they didn't have access to a lot of medicine. The main purpose was just to contain these people so they didn't get the bigger islands such as Maui sick with the disease. Now another island is this island over here. This is the island of Lanai. Now Lanai is very interesting because this huge island over here only has a population of 3,000 people. There's only one town on this island. One town only has one gas station and one store. I used to be owned by the Dole Company. If you don't know the Dole Company, they grow a lot of tropical fruit like pineapples, bananas, things of that nature. So there used to be their pineapple farm about 20 years ago. They sold the island about 20 years ago to a multi-millionaire who now owns 98% of the island. Now we're slowing down now because we are approaching the dive site. If you look directly in front of us, you might see a very beautiful navy blue tugboat. This is another one of our vessels. This is our tugboat, Roxy. The reason why we own a tugboat is Roxy helps us haul the submarine from the harbor to our dive site, as well from the dive site back to the harbor when we're done with the tours. The submarine does move on its own. It does have thrusters, but they go very, very slowly. It'll take us about an hour and a half just using the submarine to get to our dive site. Roxy cuts it down to about 45 minutes. So she really helps out with that. Roxy is also going to stay directly above us during our tour as a safety precaution. You can see those flags at the very top of Roxy flying around. Those are dive flags. So all the vessels that are coming near Roxy are going to see these dive flags and stay clear because they know the submersible is under the water. Now the way we communicate with the submarine is using the underwater telephone. So we don't get radio waves under the water. We don't get data, Wi-Fi, nothing like that. So we use the underwater telephone, which is on the same frequency as whales and dolphins. Now because we are on that frequency, we can actually hear whales and dolphins over our headsets if they were to get close to the submarine. When that happens, which is pretty rare, we'll turn them out to the PA, let everybody listen into their conversations. But like I said, it's pretty rare, so it probably won't happen, but it's really cool when it does. So we have a tour under the water as of right now. They're just about getting ready to resurface. So we're looking for a turquoise color in the water. Our captain on Roxy, as well as our captain up here, are going to make sure there's nothing above the submarine once it resurfaces. The submarine does not have a periscope or a glass ceiling, nothing like that, so it has no way of looking above it. So that is why it relies on us as well as the Roxy to make sure that there's nothing above it. So we're looking for a turquoise color in the water. Once I find that turquoise color, I'll be sure to point it out to you guys. So the submarine is right here. We're going to pull up a little closer to it. We're going to watch it resurface. Very, very cool. If you want to get your phones out, now will be the time. So that turquoise color in the water right there, about 20 feet from the boat, that is the submarine. We're going to listen to the PA here in a second, listen to the resurfacing protocols.
My camera can see it.
Welcome to the Atlantis dive site, returning from 130 feet of the dive. Atlantis is on the ascent. Understand you've got visuals on the submersible listening while we give her final clearance to surface.
Oh, I see it. It's right there, right? Oh, yeah,
Big visual on the sub Atlantis, the dive site's clear traffic, clear to surface, come on up. Copy, clear to surface, wisely, vertical thrust is set. Switch to the freedom runner, Boston Tom.
Alright, they just got clearance to resurface, so now is the time to hit record on your phones. It's going to be up in less than 20 seconds now.
Yeah, turquoise, right? Maybe.
Well, no, if it's white stuff on blue water, it makes better.
Here she comes, getting closer to the surface.
Oh,
now.
I see it.
Here she is, folks. Beautiful Atlantis 4.
Welcome back, Atlantis. Sister Roxy on VHF.
This is-
clear, VHF, line clear.
This is a little different than the Finding Nemo ride at Disneyland, folks. Alright, now that I have everybody standing up, we can all try to find a seat on this side of the boat, on the port side of the boat.